Here's the Crab Nebula, M1. It's number 1. Charles Messier first published the Messier catalog in 1774. He was primarily looking for comets, but he logged other astronomical objects as he found them. This is the first item listed in his catalog. The first edition of this catalog only had 45 objects listed, but by 1781, just 7 years later, he had cataloged 103 objects. The most up-to-date list that I found by internet searching has 110 objects, so not many more in over 200 years. The M1 Crab Nebula is located in the constellation Taurus. It is a supernova, remnant, and pulsar wind nebula. Using the Seestar S50, we captured these images on 2 separate occasions. The first attempt we captured when we were still very new to using the device, and we're just looking for anything that we could see. This first image only had 132 stacked 10-second exposures. That equates to about 22 minutes of total exposure time. While it's visible, it's faint, and it would require a lot of post-processing to make it appear even recognizable. Recently, we are still relatively new to using the device, but have gained some insight. This time we did 214 stacked 10-second exposure. This equates to only about 35 minutes of total time. This is a short amount of exposure too, but it's interesting how much more detail and color is visible with just a little bit more time. Imagine what hours of exposure could do. In this video, we thought it would be fun to compare some different options for Photoshop editing. We are not professional editors, and our use of Photoshop is basically pretty limited to brightening and color enhancing. So that's about all we do to images. We like to keep the images as close to original as possible for the educational value of the original image, but some objects would be difficult, if not impossible, to see without some editing. With our limited abilities in editing, we used the same image using the 214 stacked image exposures and just made some color changes to highlight how editing can change the look and the feel of the image. This image is highlighted with yellow hues. This color scheme brings out the green highlights. It makes it look like a piece of turquoise, don't you think? The next option is using more blue colors. This color highlights the pink and white veins. This color looks a little bit more natural in my opinion. The purple color on this image is an interesting option. While it doesn't look as natural, it is vibrant and cosmic looking. I like this option, but it definitely screams of being edited to me. What do you think? Maybe it looks like a petri dish growing some type of fungus. The red and orange color scheme pretty much looks similar to the yellow version. While this one doesn't appear as natural as the yellow option, it does highlight the object and looks like it's reflective. This option I kept the same color as the previous screen, but enlarged the area by cropping and using the curve tool to soften the lines a bit. This seems to make it appear a little bit more blurry to me, but enhances the nebulosity and gaseous nature of the object. Here's a look at all of the options presented. Which one do you like best? Do you like the curving of the lines to smooth them, or do you prefer the more natural right off the device version? In order to support the channel and encourage more videos like this, please click the channel logo and subscribe. We'd love to hear feedback on what you think of the content so we know if we should create more. We always appreciate thumbs up as well. Thank you for joining us.